Hello. Today we're going to be looking at a few tips and tricks in Reason. Number one, if you want to use the on-screen keyboard, hold down Function and hit F4. You get the on-screen keyboard and you can test out some sounds. Then let's maybe bust out some arpeggiator on here. We're going to create an RPG-8 monophonic arpeggiator. Now this, if we look at the back, the gate and CV are wired into this. So what does that mean for us? That means if we want to play with just the sound itself, we highlight the instrument track. But if we want to play with the arpeggiator, we highlight the arp track. Now we're just going to try to make something cool here. Just going to set it to 1 bar to make it easy. Not trying to rewrite Beethoven's Fifth here. Now that's sounding okay. The next thing I would do is go here and put some delay on here. Now let's look at our rack real quick. You can see that the rack has all these reverbs, something called the echo. And what are they wired to? They're wired to the master section. You can see we got numbers on here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, that corresponds to our sends up here. So here's all first plate. And let's just look at that. You see all first plate is number 1. DRM live is number 2. All film score number 3, and warm echoes number 4. So I'm going to be sending this to the big reverb and to the delay, and then let's give that a shot. Oh yeah. Now you know what really would sound good on this is a nice little filter sweep. Let's test that out. Okay. So, just for the sake of doing it, let's double this up. And I don't want to like record the automation because it won't be exact. I like things to be exact. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to right click it, hit edit automation. See, it's highlighted now. And you can see there's some automation right there, VCF cutoff. We're going to draw in a little filter track here. Boom. And then we're going to put 1 point here. And then we're going to put 1 point here. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, crap. Well, then now we're just going to move it back because we did it wrong the first time. Let me move this back over there. Okay. There we go. Now you're saying, but John, what about if I want those notes on the track so I can edit them. Well, you can do that. You can do arpeggio notes to track. And then we would just mute this because it's still going to be controlling it. We don't want it to fight for control over this instrument. But now this is muted. I'll even double mute it just so you know it's not doing anything. I just highlighted that and hit the letter M. Now check this bad boy out. I'm still doing the same old thing. Let's just take a look. There's my beautiful little arpeggio. Okay. I think the last thing I'll show you here is check this out. Now, John, what if I want to do some of that crazy automation stuff you've been talking about? Okay, we're going to bounce in place. And it's got to spin for a second. Oh, good. There we go. Now you'll see this is muted, just like if you hit the M on it, right? So let's listen. Now, it's still going through the same effects. You can choose to turn those off if you want. But what I like to do is this. I'm going to turn this one back on. But let's say I'm going to leave it out for the last bar. And I'm going to turn this one over here. I'm going to turn the effects off of it. So it's really dry. Now you still hear a little bit of the reverb hangover from there. What I can do now, so let's click on this so we see the rack, and now we can put an insert effect. And what would I do to do something really cool? Let's see, let's do an effect. Well, since we're just looking at Reason devices here, let's just get a scream on that bad boy. Just crank it up. Okay, now let's just see. I don't know if this is going to sound good, but what the heck. Yeah, and if you put like a little, if you cut that out like a quarter note before and then put like a snare there or something, that would be tight. Okay, we're going to stop the recording, and I hope that gives you a few little things to mess with.